Helen here in Las Vegas, being joined by the one and only Mr. Derek Brunson. Now, first off, you make great memes, so do you make those yourself?
Of course. And that's Blonde Brunson to you.
Yeah, Blonde Brunson. Why don't you show the fans?
The hair isn't 100% proper right now, so, I got to wear the hat right now. But, yeah, the memes, I make myself. I see a lot of people reposting memes, but I open up my iPad, open up the Photoshop, and I do it myself.
So how long does it typically take you?
I'm pretty efficient and quick with it. Like, I can whip up a meme in, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, Yeah, I got pretty good at Photoshop,
Yeah, you're a pro. And speaking of being a pro, I know you told the Schmo that you want to return maybe November or December. Is there any opponent you'd like to face?
I don't know. Whoever's there, I think Sean Strickland might have called me out before, so maybe that's the opponent we fight. I don't know who else is there. So, yeah, depending on how fights go, there's a lot of fights in the middleweight division right now, so we wait to see how some of them play out, and then we go from there.
And speaking of Sean Strickland, he just fought against Alex Pereira, and then Izzy in that main event fought against, you're laughing, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the Izzy and Cannonier fight, the fans didn't like it too much. Those guys was just, they were sparring out there, point fighting, filling it out. Nobody really was taking a risk. So I get it. I think, as a challenger Cannonier, you want to take that belt, from Izzy. So you got to go out there and, take some risks, go get them. You can't let them just salt you away on a decision or point you away. What was the other fight?
Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland.
Right. Yeah. No, that fight. Yeah. Man. It's funny. I think I saw something Chael Sonnen said. He's like, well, fans, be easy on Sean Strickland because he gave you exactly what you want. But, yeah, I don't know. Alex Pereira, he's a good kickboxer, obviously. You got to mix it up. That's why it's mixed martial arts. You just can't. And then also, even if you're going to stand with him, let's at least be a little smart. You can't try to go and just walk him down pity pat. But maybe Sean was going to take a shot after that, so he was just sticking to the way that he normally fights, which is him. I guess you don't want to change up too much. But, he just got caught. He found out the hard way. So, he's a lesson for everybody else. It's like, all right, don't stay in that pocket too long, walking him down.
But afterwards, Izzy called out Alex Pereira, and it looks like they may be fighting next. So given their history, they already fought twice in kickboxing. Do you think that Alex has a mental advantage going into this MMA fight, or is it completely different because it was years ago and it was in kickboxing?
Well, I think this fight will be a kickboxing fight. Unless Izzy's going to just shoot for takedowns, then Alex is, he's Brazilian, so we got to figure that he knows some type of jiu-jitsu, I don't know.
Well, he does train with Glover.
Right, yeah, so exactly. Yeah, he trains with Glover, but he's Brazilian, and he's been living in Brazil. So, and I think he had an MMA fight 12 years ago. That was his only loss, but he's a kickboxer. So, I'm sure he's been training jiu-jitsu all this long time. So, I'm pretty sure he's good off his back, and he knows how he's been working on or know how to stop takedown defense. And Izzy's not like a power wrestler or anything, so this one looked like it's going to be a kickboxing match also. With that being said, is that Alex is going to look to stalk him, and he doesn't move back a lot. He stays in the pocket and looks to slip and roll and trade punches. So it's going to be either Izzy going to come out and try to point fight him, or Alex going to get in his face and, find his shot, because I think he's definitely going to, stay in his face, and it's going to be a good fight.
Who do you think wins?
Oh, man. If you're going to put me on the spot and ask me.
I saw you're a good bettor. I saw you at the Aria.
If I had to pick, if I was betting, I'm a betting guy, I'm going to bet on Alex. Not because he beat him, because he beat him twice. But Izzy was winning the kickboxing match that he got knocked out in by Alex, is from what I heard. I saw it a while ago, but I don't really remember it. But, Alex is, he stays in there and he looks to, trade. He's not moving back a lot. So, 5 rounds, you got 5 rounds to find your one punch. So maybe get to Alex. I don't know, or maybe If I had to bet, I'll go Alex, but I can easily see Izzy winning too, just standing on the outside, picking him apart. And I've seen Alex, I think, in a fight before the fight with Strickland. He was in them guys was back and forth, and they were both a little tired. Izzy fought 5 rounds. So, yeah, definitely interesting.
And speaking of interesting, there's so many interesting fights in that middleweight division coming up. Next month, Luke Rockholds versus Paulo Costa. What do you make of that matchup?
That's a great fight. Everybody kind of writes Luke Rockhold off. The fans, don't take too well to him because they think Rockhold's cocky and all this other stuff. But that's a good fight. The guy's definitely skilled. He's been out for a while, so ring rust, we'll see if that plays a factor. Costa been kind of inactive for the last couple of years, but look like he's been training. But Rockhold trains also. So, yeah, it should be a good fight.
I follow you on Twitter, obviously, and I saw not too long ago you talked about Islam and Charles Oliveira and whatnot, but come on, like you said before, you're a betting man. So if that fight ends up happening, who do you got in that?
I probably would have to. It's so tough. So Islam, we know he's a really good wrestler, strong for the weight class. Oliveira can wrestle also, and his stand-up is great. His jiu-jitsu is really good. So it's going to be a thing if Islam can take him down, trap his wrist up, fatigue him, break him. But it's so tough to bet against Oliveira right now. So if I'm betting, I'm going Oliveira.
But for all your fans who can't wait to watch your return, hopefully November or December, and maybe against Sean Strickland, what would you like to let them know?
Oh, trust, I'm going to be in the best shape that I've been in before. I'm really going to put a concerted effort to make sure I'm in shape. It's nothing worse than looking back on a fight and feeling like you're lost because of something you could control, like, cardio, being fatigued. If I lost because somebody was better than me, I can live with that. But, those are some things that I feel I got to shore up. So that's what we're going to be working on, and we're going to go out there and perform well.